Good afternoon, the students of class 6. Welcome to our social science geography class. Hope all of you are well. And all the students are requested to mute their microphone and listen to me. And before starting the class, all of you give your attendance in the chat box. I'll take your attendance from that portion. So students, in previous class you have learned about the first chapter of your geography book and the first subunit, and the name of the chapter is the Earth in the Solar System. Now today we are going to discuss about the different celestial objects that is present in our solar system. It is in page number 2. So open page number 2 of your geography book. The topic solar system. So in our solar system, where sun, the 8 planets, the satellites of those planets, some other celestial bodies such as asteroids and meteoroids exist, and all this together form the solar system. We often call it a solar family with sun as its head. Now you have to know from where did the word solar came from. The soul in Roman mythology is the god of a sun. Soul, the name of the sun god, Sol. So solar means related to the sun. Solar means related to the sun, and precisely the family of the sun is therefore called the solar system. And you know, the most important and powerful celestial body, that is the sun in the solar system. And sun is a huge and made up of extremely hot gases. It's a star made up with extremely hot gases that spin like this from its orbit, from its center in this way, and create extreme heat and light. Okay. Always these gases are burning inside the sun, such as hydrogen and helium. So it also provides the pulling force that binds the solar system together. So all the planets, asteroids, meteoroids and their satellites also move around the sun because of its gravitational pull. And sun is the ultimate source of heat and light also in our solar system. But the tremendous heat is not felt so much to us. Why? Because despite being our nearest star, it is far away from us, and the sun is about 150 million kilometer away from us. Okay, so I think you have understood about the planet, about the star sun. It is the center in our solar system. It is in the center. Now there are 8 planets in our solar system move around the sun. In order to their distance from the sun, they are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. And you can remember all these names with a simple sentence. It is a mnemonics given on your book that my very efficient mother just served us nuts. So in this sentence, each of the words and the first letter each of the words describe the name of any planet, such as my, here M for Mercury, very V for Venus, efficient E for Earth, mother M for Mars, just J for Jupiter, served S for Saturn, us U for Uranus, and nuts N for Neptune. So all the 8 planets of the solar system move around the sun in a fixed path, and these paths are called orbit, and these paths are elongated. This is the sun. So this is a Mercury. Suppose this is a Mercury, the nearest planet to the sun, and it moves around the sun in a fixed path. It's called orbit. It's also elongated, means in some portion it is very close, to sun, some places it is very far. So, okay. And Mercury takes only about 88 days to move, 88 days to complete a spin around the orbit, along the orbit, okay, because it is the nearest, and it is also took one spin on its axis. All these planets also spin on their own axis. Some axis like Earth also move on its axis in this way. So it took 59 days. The Mercury took 59 days on it to move on its orbit. The next planet, it is the Venus, and Venus, the size of the Venus is almost similar with the Earth. That's why it is called the twin of our Earth. So Venus, the size of the Venus is almost similar to Earth. So that's why it is called the twin of the Earth. And in this way, the rest of the 8 planets, they also situated, and you can see the time of their rotation on the orbit as well as time of the revolution, means the how much time they need, how much time to make one move, complete one move around the sun. So it is mentioned in page number 3. You can check all the detail of all the planets here, from here. Okay. So except these 8 planets, till recently, means before August 2006, there is a planet called Pluto. But however, in a meeting of the International Astronomical Union, recently there is an organization of the astronomers worldwide. It is an organization of the astronomers of different countries worldwide, and they took a decision that Pluto, like other celestial objects like Ceres and 2000 UB 313, these are some. So Ceres and UB 313, these are some objects, that some celestial bodies that are not considered as planet, and they also categorize Pluto in the same category after 2 August 2006. And all these celestial objects situated very far from sun, after Neptune, discovered in recent past time, be called dwarf planets. Okay, so remember the name dwarf planet. Dwarf mean short man, short, small or short. That's why this is called dwarf planets. The Pluto, Ceres and UB 13, they are situated after the Neptune. Okay. So there is a word you can you have learned that astronomical union. Astronomical means, so what is astronomical? So humans have always been fascinated gazing the night sky. So those people who study the night sky and all the celestial bodies and their movements are known as the astronomer. In our ancient India, there was an astronomer known as Aryabhatta. You will read further about Aryabhatta in history. And today, astronomers all over the world are busy exploring the universe. So students are requested to stop sharing their screen. You can see clearly to me. No need to share the screen, and no need to take screenshot. Okay, so I think you have understood the planets. Now we'll discuss about the Earth. It is after Venus, it is the third planet in our solar system. It is our Earth. We are living in it, and it is the third nearest planet of the Sun, and also in size, it is the fifth largest planet of our solar system. It is slightly flattened at the poles. If I draw the Earth, it is slightly flattened on the north and south pole. So it is slightly flattened in north and south pole, the Earth shape. So that's why the Earth shape is called a geode. The Earth shape is called a geode because the geode means Earth-like shape. No other shape can complement the Earth shape. So that's why the astronomer, they considered the shape of the Earth as geode, as a special shape. Now, it's a big question is there that, do you know that why life exists only in our planet Earth? Anyone? Why life exists in our planet Earth? There are two reasons given as per your book. Yes, OVIF is typing. So, okay, air, O2 is there, very good, because the air and water, these are two very essential thing for survival. These are exist in our planet Earth, and the air has life supporting gases like oxygen, and also the trees, they also collect carbon dioxide from the air to make their food. So because of these reasons, because of these gases, it is the planet full with life. Another one reason, that is, it is neither too hot or not too cold. It is situated in a position that it receives much sunlight and heat for the existence of life, but it is also situated in a position that it the scorching heat cannot destroy the life. So that's why its position. But the other planets such as the Neptune and the Uranus, the existence of life is very much difficult because these are situated very far from the sun and these are extremely cold. On the other hand, Mercury and Venus, they are situated very close, so that's why extreme heat of the sun destroyed everything, burned everything there. So these are the reason. Yes, Navomita. Now, so because of this reason, Earth is a unique planet in the solar system. So another thing is there, from the outer space, the Earth appears blue because the 2/3 surface of the Earth is covered with water. 2/3 of it is covered with water. You know, if you can see the globe, you can easily understand that most of the place is covered with the oceans. And as per the astronauts, and the photographs taken from the space through some satellites, it appears blue. So that's why it's called a blue planet. Okay, I think you have understood that question. Now another important and interesting fact is that light that reached our earth from the sun, the light of the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach the earth, because light travels at the speed of about 3 lakh kilometer, precisely 2,96,000 kilometer per second, and yet even with this speed they reached within 8 minutes in our planet. Okay students, so I think you have understood this portion. So if you have any question regarding this topic, you can ask me. Okay, no question. Okay, no question. So next day we will discuss about the moon and asteroids and meteoroids and other celestial bodies, and also the other satellites of the other planets, and what are the human made satellites. Okay, so thank you for watching. Now all the students are requested to mention their name in the chat box. I think all of you have mentioned their name. 11 students present with me, like Ayush, Arush, Abhipsha, Jehan. So thank you everyone. Have a nice day. Bye.